Hi, I'm Tara and welcome back to Reviewniforms. Yay! The channel where I react to, rant and rave and review uniforms from all different time periods from all over the world. I'm a uniform expert with over 25 years in the business. I own a uniform manufacturing company and I am obsessed with uniforms. Yes, I could talk about them all day. So if you'd like to hear what I think about some cute uniforms and some not so cute uniforms, then keep on watching. All right, guys, let's see what they've got for me today. Braniff International, I can see it right there. I'm already hyped. I love that, the end of the plane for their marketing. Braniff, I'm sort of a little bit of a Braniff nerd. When it comes to uniforms and uniform obsessed people, there's like this fight between military uniforms and flight attendant uniforms about like which one we like the most. I mean, it's just neck and neck. And I'm telling you, flight attendant uniforms, just one of my favorites. So what they're preparing us for is that all of the boring and or conservative uniforms that you've seen in the past are going to have, what this tells me is they're gonna have some color. And in fact, I already know they are because I've seen their uniforms before and I can't wait to see them.
As the designs for our hostesses developed, it became apparent that they were going to be so dramatically different.
First of all, we know that they called them hostesses then and not flight attendants. That's fine. Second of all, okay, the way he is touching her is just giving me the absolute creeps. But that aside, I love looking at these old videos because you can just look at the people and really see the styles in. Her eyebrows look like boomerangs. I've been a victim. I've been an eyebrow victim too back in the 90s. I had like teeny tiny little Sharpie, like drew them with a Sharpie eyebrows. I'm not hating on it. I'm just noticing, you know, all the styles through the years, and it shows in the cosmetics, in the eyebrows, in the clothing. Everything is part of the uniform.
That a new look should be created for the girls themselves.
Why is he brushing her eyebrow in the opposite way? I know this has nothing to do with the uniforms, but that just sent me bananas. Let me come back to earth. It's about the uniform. Okay, so she's getting a cute haircut. Oh, she's crying. You guys, okay, so she's getting a cute new haircut that they've designed for her, but she's crying. She's like doing that laugh cry. You know what this is giving me? This is giving me early 2000s Next Top Model when they would just sit there and just cry as they're just chopping their hair off and there's nothing you can do. I don't know how much this amount of control over the uniform would fly these days. I didn't even realize that fly these days, you get it? It is not out of the question for an airline or a company to have cosmetic, hair, and uniform standards from head to toe, depending on what the job is. And especially back in this day, they were able to control a lot more. And if they wanted a particular look and style, that's the look and style you had to have. But let's see if she looks cute. Oh my God, please let her like it. Oh, poor thing. Oh, she looks cute. I think she still hates it, but I think she looks really cute. It is definitely bouffant, which was definitely the style back then. I've said this before and I'll say it again, the bigger the hair, the closer to God. And this is definitely true in this case. So they wanted their flight attendants to be at the height of style. That's why they did it. Okay guys, so part of the Braniff lore that I know is that their uniforms at this time, the big redesign was done by Emilio Pucci, who is an Italian designer, and they are known for their super bold prints. And not just prints, but very kaleidoscope looking prints. A repeat print that is this big. This entire time when I saw this hat, I thought it was a pillbox hat that they just tied their scarf around. But no, it's actually made into the hat, so it sits on top of their bouffant and just ties underneath their head. Not only looks great, but is an amazing design element. I love it. You go, Pucci! I mean, look at this. I know that the interior of the plane is not about the uniforms, but it is important for all of these things to go together. And you can even see that there's interesting and cool fabrics and designs made into the airplane seats. So when Braniff promised that they were getting rid of the plain plane, they really delivered. This was controversial. So they were skating on some very thin ice with this promotion, but it got a lot of attention. So right here, what you're seeing is the very first iteration of their uniform. It started with a jacket and the uniform underneath and a big glass, probably plexiglass bubble helmet. Their hat underneath, jacket on top, and boots, all right? So then what would happen throughout the flight is that they would remove the jacket after takeoff, and then they would be in their suit uniform, and then they would get rid of the hat and get rid of the boots, and they would just be in their flat shoes and their shirt. For dining, they put on a serving gown for the in-flight meal, and then after that, they would take that off and they would be in their cute shirt, simple shirt with the culottes and the flat shoes for landing. And so they went through this entire iteration of their uniforms changing and or stripping while they were on the flight. So that's why they called this the airstrip. Is it cute? Yes, because I love a pun. Like, I love a pun so hard. You guys know this. I wish I knew like where the flight attendants changed. I mean, they couldn't just go into the bathroom, and their bathrooms couldn't be as little as they are now. So I really wonder where they had all the time and space to do all this. They really went for it, except for, you know, Pucci right now is only giving them the print in the hat and some very exciting shoes. So I know what's coming up, and hopefully they show it. Pucci really exploded on them eventually. So let's see what else we've got left. Love it. All right, so now you're seeing every single piece of the airstrip uniform, and you can see that bubble, which is just so fun. The close-up of that is just amazing. If you think about it, jetways as we know them now weren't always invented. You used to have to enter the plane up through stairs and get right on. The idea for Pucci was to invent this plexiglass astronaut helmet to protect their hair from the elements when they were standing outside or standing in the doorway during boarding. I don't know if that's exactly what it really worked in practice, but it looks cool, and they removed it right after boarding, and I just think it's really cute. What an original thing to do, and I bet kids loved it when they boarded the plane and saw the flight attendants in this. All right, more Pucci, more Pucci. Now we're really getting into the Pucci prints, okay? They're going all the way now. I love this dress. This dress and this scarf are really giving you bright, vibrant Pucci look that we knew back then, that we know today. If you went into a Pucci boutique today, this is what you would see. You know what? This uniform looks so silky and comfortable. I think any flight attendant would be happy to wear this uniform. I really like how Pucci kind of eased them in with the bright colors, with solid colors, and then was like, bam, here's a print, people. All right, now we're seeing it on a plane, and we're seeing another variation of the uniform. If you look at the flight attendant, the second flight attendant to the back, she has got on a sleeveless version of this. So I think we're used to flight attendants having maybe 2 or 3 different kinds of uniforms, or in Braniff's case, 10. It's important, if you're gonna have a uniform closet of different uniforms to choose from, that you at least look like sisters if you're not gonna look like twins. And they've definitely pulled that off here. Once again, let's look at the interior of this plane. It looks vibrant and bright. The seats are cool colors. What happened, guys? I would love to fly this airline. Yes. The squeaky chair. You guys, this is what I've been waiting on. Look at this hat, look at this jacket. This is the uniform to end all uniforms. Okay, there's so much to take in here. We have the same look of the hat, which is like this bowler hat, which is a little bit too high, which I love. It gives it a distinct look, you know? And then obviously it has the scarf that attaches underneath, just like the old hats. And I love this bright, fuchsia, kind of actually more of a magenta jacket with the gold zipper. Every part of this is so customized and so well made. You can look at the cut on the jacket and the shoulder pads and just tell that this is made to a T. Look at the girl on the right. The hat, the tunic, the leggings, all one print. This is giving me all the things I want. I'm talking about taking a huge, bold fashion chance. If you're gonna ditch the plain Jane, the plain plain and the plain Jane, this is the way to do it. All right, you guys, this is the major look. This is when I think of vintage Braniff Airlines, this was the most outrageous thing I think anyone's ever seen in the sky. The bowler hat, the bold Pucci print that just says very customized design, but also fun to wear. This just looks very easy and fun to wear. It can be worn belted, but it is a long tunic, which is a super comfortable piece of uniform. I mean, if you think about it, it just covers everything. You can bend, reach, do all the things a flight attendant needs to do. This is obviously a stretchy material, and you've got leggings. Can you imagine being able to wear leggings and a tunic for work and a bowler hat? Dreams do come true, and this is a dream. Even these shoes are Italian and gorgeous. They've got the choice of the shoe or the boot, and honestly, it doesn't even really matter what color they choose because their uniforms are so colorful and so vibrant. When you walk on a plane and you see this, I think that it just brings a smile right to your face. So I love it that Braniff has just gone all out to do all they can to make their flight attendants the highlight in the sky. They did it like no other. I wish this airline was still around. Can you imagine what they'd be wearing today? I don't know, but it would be awesome. So what rating do I give the Braniff International flight attendants? Do you even have to ask? 5 Reviewniforms. I would give them 20 if I could. What an amazing group of uniforms designed by Emilio Pucci. And the executives at Braniff obviously just took the old playbook of how uniforms have always been done in aviation and threw it out the window and did something cool and original and fun to wear. And I can tell these flight attendants had a blast wearing this uniform. Okay, maybe not the girl who was crying getting her hair chopped off, but she did get to wear that cool hat and helmet, which I would absolutely love to wear. I can't get enough of this uniform. All right, I'm ready for the next one. All right, World Curling TV. I know nothing about the sport of curling. Okay, let me take that back. I know very little. I know it's guys pushing a thing with little sweepers. That is the World Curling Federation. Please come for me. I understand. That was a terrible description of your amazing sport. But anyway, we're about to find out.
You can't miss them, that's for sure. The brand of trousers made famous initially by golfer John Daly, but now more identifiable as the crazy pants worn by the Norwegian men's curling team.
Okay, and the little wink. Oh my God. Okay, I already love this. This is really cool. So obviously, they've got these really loud pants that they love to wear, and I don't know how long they've been doing this, but this is super cute. I can't wait to find out.
I think maybe it has helped with sponsors and all that for curling in general across the world.
The team wanted something different for the 2010 Olympics.
Aha, so this was for the 2010 Olympics, very big deal. And I want to go back to something he said earlier. You know, it's really good for getting sponsors. So think about it. Sponsors want to be with whoever's the coolest and hottest at the time in whatever sport or whatever genre that they are deciding to spend their money with. And if they're going to pick a team, why not pick one that's getting national or international attention by wearing something so loud, bright, and cool? I can't imagine that any other curlers wear this type of uniform. And that's the Norwegian flag, which I love. I'm such like a hometown girl. So I think that these Norwegian flag ones are my favorites of the ones I've seen so far.
And they needed the trousers to be red, white and blue of the Norwegian flag. But the rest of the team weren't quite prepared for what Chris eventually found online.
No way I'm playing in those pants.
He's like, no way I'm playing in those pants. And the other guy's just standing there like, me neither. The answer is no. I can totally see where he was like, guys, this is what I've got for you. And they were like, absolutely not.
You look like a clown. And if you do bad in those, the press is gonna kill you.
He makes a very good point. I always say this, if you're going to suck, you might as well look cute. Okay, let's run that back, because I don't always say that. That didn't come out exactly how I meant it. You guys are dirty.
You're nasty.
What I mean is if you always look good, it makes you feel good and you perform better. So that prevents you from looking like a clown, because you always look good no matter what happens. That's what I meant. I see how y'all are.
To me, it looked like a drunk Dutch ice skating fan.
To him, it looked like a drunk Dutch ice skating fan. Okay, I'm getting the drunk, but why Dutch? I'm actually a quarter Dutch. My dad is Dutch. So let me message my dad and ask him, what's up with the Dutch? Why Dutch? Hey Dad, do the Dutch and the Norwegians have beef, like in sports or in curling, anything like that? So just in general, do the Dutch and the Norwegians have beef? I just want to know if I should be rivals with these people. Let me know. Love you. Bye. Okay, I'll let you know if my dad gets back with me and lets me know if I'm supposed to be hating on Norwegians, because right now I'm loving them.
They may be loud, but they are also made with the right amount of stretch and perfect for the physical demands of the sport.
All right, so here is what I do know of what I've seen of curling. So there's one guy, I think it's a team of like 3 or 4. Oh, I'm gonna get this so wrong. The curling community, just come for me in the comments, I get it. There's one person who is pushing something that looks like a big metal kettlebell, and the other people are in front of it scraping the ice and smoothing the ice or roughing up the ice, one of the two, to guide the metal thing. I'm ruining this. I really am. How about people who know about curling? Down in the comments, tell us how curling works. What I do know is when I've seen curling on TV, the main guy who's got the metal thing, comment down below and tell me what the thing is, and pushes it along the ice, he is in a full lunge. I mean, full lunge. I'm talking crotch to the ground. So I'm very glad to hear that these pants have some stretch in them, because what we don't want is a curling wardrobe malfunction where some pants split up the back, although that would be very memorable at an Olympics.
The team has 3 designs that are worn when competing for Norway, and a number of other more outrageous versions for social occasions.
I changed my mind. The flag ones were my favorite, but no, not now. These are my new favorites. Scratch that. It's these lightning bolt ones. This is absolutely adorable. They look happy, they look fun, and definitely have brought some attention to the sport of curling. I mean, think about it. We're sitting here talking about it. Okay. So look good, feel good, perform good, I guess did work for them. So our guys, so it's a team of 5. Our guys won silver in the Olympics. Oh my God, okay, that makes me so happy, because they went out on a limb and took a chance to do something crazy, and it might have motivated them to do even better, because like Thomas said, you don't want to look like a clown. The press will kill you if you lose. So they did great. Oh, okay, I'm proud. Go Norway!
Yeah, we have a trademark now. Whenever we travel over to Canada, I mean, we get recognized.
Okay, so this guy, I love him. He went from I'm not wearing them, I look like a clown, to wearing them, to silver medal, and now he's like, it's a trademark. Whenever we go to Canada, we get recognized. People, that's how you know you've made it, when you go to Canada and you get recognized. I guess in the curling world, that's the epitome. Okay, I learned something today. I learned lots of things today. Oh guys, I love this last picture. So they've obviously got just like the full suit with the jacket. I'm impressed because they're brave. For guys to just go out and do something that hasn't been done in their sport and do something crazy and then take it all the way to the big show. And I'm glad they won in crazy pants. This is a great uniform. What do I give the Norwegian curlers uniform? I'm gonna give it 4 Reviewniforms because I absolutely love it. This uniform is just plain fun. I mean, I'm having fun just looking at it and talking about it. I can only imagine what it was like to show up at the Olympics in something as wild and crazy as this. So definitely good on the Norway curling team for doing something original and then bringing home the silver. All right, I'm ready. Let's have another one.
I can't believe I'm fulfilling my lifelong dream to learn how to row a gondola.
This is awesome. Guys, this is the Gondoliers of Venice, or the Venetian Gondoliers. They are the guys who drive essentially the gondolas or the water taxis that they have in Venice. If you didn't know, Venice is only 3 feet above sea level, with a lot of the area being below sea level. So it is just filled with canals everywhere, and vehicles are prohibited. So if you want to get somewhere, you've got to take many of the 100 bridges or the hundreds of canals that they have in Venice, and most likely you're going to be taking a gondola, and each of the gondolas are captained by one single man with an oar. So cool.
Franco, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a very rare thing, right? To learn because usually it's just Venetian.
Yeah, but you got a pretty good balance, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll.
So in this video, he's teaching her how to steer the gondola. Her stripes are a little bit distracting because they're going the opposite way, but I see what she was going for. She was trying to stay within the theme, but I digress. That's me digressing. So let's get a better look at this uniform. So one thing I will tell you that I know that they actually wear sneakers, and one of the reasons that they wear sneakers is because they're essentially water taxis and they are driving close to the walls. These canals are not very wide, and that's why the gondolas aren't very wide. So they are going nice and close to each other, and they're going nice and close around those walls. So they use their feet to kind of kick and catapult them off the wall so they can turn and so they don't hit. So sneakers are an essential part of the uniform, and I will allow it. He's got one hand on the oar and one hand guiding. So they're like doing a real job. Even though this uniform doesn't look incredibly serious, they do have a very serious job. So we can see here that this uniform is pretty classic and pretty simple. It's a black pant and a black and white striped shirt, as we see here. Although I do know I've seen them before in, I think this is navy though. Navy and white, black and white, and red and white. I'm not 100% sure where they wear each one. Maybe it's one going one direction or one side of the bank and the other. If you do know, then please, in the comments, let me know down below. I know I've got some Venetian subscribers out there, so please let me know what differentiates the uniforms from one another, because that's one little factoid I don't know, and I would love to share it with you guys. And they've got the hat with the ribbon. It's cute. I love it. All right, so this is a picture of 8 generations ago of gondoliers. If you took that guy, I think his name was Franco, and put him in the middle of this picture with these guys who are probably turn of the century gondoliers, he would fit right in because the uniform hasn't changed very much. Now, if I'm going to get picky and look closely, I can see that this is more of a very, very simplified t-shirt with a boat neck collar. And then they've got the wide brim hat with the ribbon. Now, it looks like the hat has stayed, which I absolutely love, but the shirt that I see Franco in has been updated a little bit and has a collar. Like most things have moved into kind of a polo-ish look. We know how we feel about polos.
Brother,
But like I said, this uniform is really traditional and really cohesive, so I will allow it. There's the red. Okay, so we've got the red and white, the blue and white, and the black and white.
So show me, how does the actual rowing with the wrists and...
Rowing, you have to, it's a wrist movement, but it's a whole movement.
You guys, do you see how his hands are like on top of her hands? He is sending out the vibe. He's putting it out there.
You have to use not only your arms, but also your whole body. It's like making love.
Ah, I knew you were going to say that.
You knew that.
I knew it. I've been to Italy too many times.
Ah, she's like, I knew you were gonna make a joke about making love. I've been to Italy too many times. That's because she's been there getting her eat, pray, love on, getting her under the Tuscan sun life. All right, hot girl summer. Good for her. He's giving her the business. I love these two.
Have gondoliers been in Venice since the beginning of the Republic?
Yeah.
Since the beginning?
Yeah.
Look at this painting. You can really tell. I mean, like she said, gondoliers have been around since the beginning of the Venetian Republic, and the boats have not changed very much. I'm calling it a boat, but it's a gondola. But the craft is long and skinny, and I know that they made them that way so that they're aerodynamic and exactly how they need to navigate in Venice. It's brilliant, and it hasn't changed in hundreds and hundreds of years, so bravo. This is a tough job, you know? I mean, they're standing and rowing all day long, so I'm glad they evolved into something that was a little more comfortable and fun.
We use this gondola to take the noble families around the town.
And how many gondolas are there now in Venice?
450.
Wow.
So there are only 450 gondoliers, which seems like a lot, but it's really not in a town this big and with as many canals as there are. So I love it that they're probably a really tight-knit group that has made a decision to keep this tradition going of their uniforms. And I love that for them, and I love it for us, the tourists.
You have to be gentle. Like treating a beautiful lady, you have to be gentle, right? You're lucky to drive because normally we don't teach people how to drive this thing.
Look at his hand on her shoulder. They're definitely gonna share a nice Chianti later. A nice Chianti, and some fava beans.
This is really a dream. There's hundreds of bridges in Venice.
Right.
Do you ever hit your head?
Time to time, maybe on distraction or thinking about something else.
Like women?
It can be, yeah.
Almost everything is like a woman for
Exactly,
you.
exactly.
I think you're thinking about women too much.
Well, sometimes
You have to
maybe.
think about something when you're rowing, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay, that was super fun. Italian guys, why are y'all like this? Why are you so flirty? Why are you so hot? I don't know why you are, but just keep doing what you're doing because as a lady, I can tell you we appreciate it very much. This uniform is classic. When you see it, you know exactly what it is with the hat and the shirt, and there's no mistake in these guys. When you go to Venice, you want to get in a gondola and you want to have a great gondolier and have your picture with that striped shirt in the back and that cool hat. I love it that the close-knit group of gondoliers has decided to keep this tradition going of the uniform, and all in all, it's comfortable, it's simple, and I like it. So what do I give the gondoliers of Venice? I'm going to give them 3 Reviewniforms. Yes, 3. While it's not super intricate, it is not overly designed. I mean, I could get a little more out of this uniform. I mean, it is just a striped shirt and pants, which is very difficult for me to give 5 Reviewniforms for because it's not just overly designed. But I do love the tradition. I love how comfortable the uniform is, and I think they all look great in the uniform. And Italian guys are just Italian guys, and they look great in everything. So what can I say? So guys, I want to know what you think. Were you more impressed by the Norwegian curlers' sassy pants, the Pucci designs of Braniff International, or the tradition of the Venice Gondoliers? And also, professional curlers or people who know, please give me comments down below and let me know what the equipment's called for curling. We're all interested here because we love uniforms, right? We love all the accoutrements. Guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a Reviewniforms video. And thanks for watching Uniform Expert Reacts. And don't forget, very important, it's okay to judge uniforms, but not people. Love everybody.